If you're an SLP and you want a better system for language therapy, just give me a couple minutes of your time and I will show you how you can do that. I am Dr. Karen Dudek-Brannan and I help SLPs create effective systems for their language therapy so that they can help their students thrive. Back when I first started out as an SLP back in 2004, I felt like I had no consistent process for language and was kind of jumping around. And I really got sick of seeing my students struggle. So I went back, got my doctorate, and made language my area of expertise so that I could put together a framework that would actually help my students move forward. So that's exactly what I did during my doctoral work. And I was able to create a system that I used with my own students where I was able to consistently see progress and generalization with my students. And now I've shown hundreds of other SLPs that process, and I wanted to share it with you today. The way that I share this information with other SLPs is through my course, Language Therapy Advanced Foundations. If you've watched any of my other trainings, you may have heard of it. So what I wanted to do right now is just share a quick program tour with you so that you can see how the information is laid out and just learn about what you get when you join. So I'm going to pop over to the program dashboard and share my screen. So we start off by talking about the overview. One of the biggest challenges that SLPs face with language is generalization. So in Module 1, I show you what you can add to your language therapy so that students actually apply the skills that you're teaching them and so that they can actually learn vocabulary independently outside of your room and start thinking about language differently. Then we get into building semantic skills. In the program, I teach you a 5-component framework. I teach you the 5 pieces of information and the 5 linguistic skills that students need in order to have the strong vocabulary skills that are going to support high-level comprehension. So those 5 areas are semantics, syntax, morphology, orthography, and phonology. And so in Module 2, I am going to show you how to build those strong semantic skills that are going to support vocabulary and improve word retrieval. And also I'm going to show you how you can incorporate an emphasis on phonological awareness while you're doing that. Then we move on to building syntax skills for definitions. One of the biggest challenges that students have is understanding how to define words. This is a really important skill for supporting students' vocabulary that requires metalinguistic awareness, and it's going to be key to helping them understand academic vocabulary. This is something that's often missing in a lot of the instruction in classrooms, as well as a lot of the common language therapy materials out there. So that's why we cover it in Module 3. Then in Module 4, I share how you can support syntax that is going to improve language comprehension. Many times if you have students who are struggling with things like stating the main idea or inferencing, it's because they are struggling with syntax. And many times when we're addressing this in the classroom, we're just kind of skimming over the language skills that are actually causing the comprehension issues to begin with. So if you have students who are struggling with comprehension, who are struggling with WH questions, chances are you have a syntax issue. This is going to be huge in supporting their comprehension. So we get into that in Module 4. And then in Module 5, I wrap it up by really tying in those remaining components of morphology, orthography, and phonology. We come back to phonology again because this is what's going to support vocabulary skills, and it's also what's going to support reading and spelling skills. So we really tie it all together into a nice system that you can cycle through for your students. And then in Module 6, I wrap it all up and show you how to take this process and foster generalization. So here is where we work on some of those things that are considered to be, things that you might apply to other situations, how you can help students to answer WH questions, what you can actually do to work on following directions and listening comprehension in a way that's not rote drill, in a way that actually builds generalization, as well as how to support reading comprehension. And then we have other things here that are going to help support your learning. You do get a CMH certificate to track your hours. You get 10 professional development hours for the core coursework. And then there's also a members only Facebook group where you can ask me questions. And then I also give you all the materials that you need in order to implement all the strategies. So you can find these materials under the actual modules where I go through the strategies, but then I've also put them in a materials library for you so you can download all the worksheets and tools that you need to implement the strategies in the program, plus some extra tools that you can use to help you be more productive. So this is what you get when you join. And like I said, in Language Therapy Advanced Foundations, I will help you create a system that's going to help you support the language skills that are going to help your students to be successful readers and writers, as well as support their overall academic performance and give them the skills that they're going to need to be successful in school and in life. So if you are tired of not having a system for language therapy and you want to start helping your students right away instead of trying to piece it together on your own, then I invite you to join me in Language Therapy Advanced Foundations. All you need to do is click the link below this video and it will take you to the enrollment page where you can sign up today. I hope to see you in the members area.